all, some new documents were released today in a civil suit that were amended this morning, and it involves some serious allegations, including not only against Diddy, but against his son.
The feds are so deep and involved in this that Diddy just might be called up on that Tupac shit.
States working in tandem, and they did not tell the officers who they were raiding. They went in tactical as they were instructed to. They didn't know they was raiding Diddy's house. The higher ups didn't tell anybody because they knew, with Diddy being a Fed informant, that he had people in the force and they wanted to make sure that went through legit. So they ain't tell nobody whose houses they was going to.
What they're looking for, because it was going on the premises of sex trafficking. They're looking for pictures of girls that may appear to be underage.
Yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I once adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out.
The streets are talking, and they're saying some wild stuff about Diddy. Y'all know Sham Coles, Right the Rap mogul producer and all-around music industry. Big Shot Well Chili, some shocking allegations just dropped, and it's got everyone's jaws on the floor. Word is there's some body cam footage floating around that's got Diddy in hot water, and we're not talking about a little splash. This is full and boiling tea. The accusations, let's just say they involve his adopted daughter, and some seriously messed up stuff now. I know y'all are dying to know what's on that footage. Trust me, it's juicy, and we're going to spill all the tea. But first, let's break down why these allegations are such a big deal. Diddy's always been in the spotlight, but this could change everything.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Eva Baroni Combs? Yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Ava, that's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody, we want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids. Charlize Theron, everybody's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. So just clarify it, because it's crazy out here online. So I played with the kids and I got permission from your mother and to say all of that, just make it, it's crazy out here.
Well, I met Jesse and Delilah when I was 6 months old.
6 months.
And then we basically are sisters, all four of us. So, and then I always come over.
Yeah.
And
it's Ava Baroni Combs.
All right, let's get into this body cam footage that's got everybody talking. The streets are saying it leaked from someone inside the police department, but child, nobody's owning up to it. You know how it goes. Everybody wants to spill the tea, but nobody wants to get caught with the kettle. So what's on this video that's got Diddy sweating? Girl, it's not pretty from what we're hearing. It shows some seriously sketchy stuff going down at one of Diddy's famous parties. The camera's all shaky, but you can see Diddy's adopted daughter looking real uncomfortable surrounded by older men, and Diddy, he's right there acting like it's all.
I give my opinion. I just want to say this before we get started, Art, is that, You know, a lot of people think I came here to bring a black man down. And that's what I hear in the comments a whole lot. But it was nothing like that. You know, a black man didn't cuss a dead man's mother out. A black man didn't set his friends up and put them in a situation where they couldn't come home to their families no more. A black man didn't reach back and help the people that helped them make it up the ladder. It was Puffy. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of Puffy going on different platforms talking about how he loved the people that we was all with, how he loved the people that helped him, when in fact, none of that stuff was true. So my whole thing about it is, man, I appreciate your platform for letting me, you know, voice my opinion. And like I said, opinions like an asshole. Some of these cats out here get paid for their asshole. I get paid to give my opinion.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, yeah, you just on here giving your opinion, man. I mean, you was one of the people that was real close to the situation, so why not?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So with that being said, right, the last interview me and you did was a day after the raid. And when you look at everything now, man, how you feel about everything? It's been like a week, you know, you knowing Diddy, you being around Diddy. Could you ever imagine that his houses would get raided for sex trafficking?
Bruh, you can't imagine no stuff like that. You understand? You can't think that, because back then, he wasn't Brother Love. He was Puffy. All the way up until he became Diddy. So his behavior over the years has changed. And the behavior that he shows now, and that he has shown by being Brother Love, I couldn't imagine that the police would be raiding him for sex trafficking? Nah, bruh. I couldn't imagine that. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't him back then. He's a totally different person that he became. If you've seen him on other platforms, you know, inviting men to party with him, inviting men to go shopping with him. You understand? That wasn't Puffy. That wasn't Diddy. That was Brother Love and Love.
How you feel about all the people that's wondering why haven't any of Diddy big name friends came out to defend him?
Because either two things that I believe. Either they know some of the stuff is true, either they took part in some of the stuff that happened.
Now I know what you're thinking. Could this be fake, some haters trying to bring Diddy down? But here's the thing, the police ain't denying it's real, they're just mad it got out. And let me tell you, if it was fake, Diddy's lawyers would be shouting it from the rooftops. The implications of this footage, they're huge. We're talking career ending, maybe even freedom ending for Diddy. If what's on that tape is true, it's not just about bad behavior at a party, it's about exploiting a young woman, his own adopted daughter, for crying out loud. But hold up, we got to talk about why this footage is such a big deal beyond just what's on it. See, Diddy's been untouchable for years. He's got money, power, connections, the whole package. But this video, it's like kryptonite to his Superman image. And it's not just about Diddy. This whole mess is shining a light on some dark corners of the entertainment industry. People are asking questions they didn't dare ask before. Who knew? How long has this been going on? And most importantly, who else might be involved now? I know some of y'all are going to say, but what if it's not real? What if it's all a big misunderstanding? And girl, I hear you. In this day and age, with all the tech out there, anything's possible.
Are they scared that it may mess up their brand? See, nobody wants to be in contact with anybody that allegedly was sex trafficking. You see what the WWF did to Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon was one of those people that was called for sex trafficking. We don't hear a lot about it because he gave up the company, he did what he was supposed to do, and he became Ghost. But now you see they trying to do the same thing to Puffy. They trying to make him or hip hop the face of sex trafficking, like they was going to do the WWF at one time, because that was a big story. So a lot of his people that know him, a lot of the people that been in those parties and seen probably some unscrupulous shit that went down and was like, ooh, I was there. I hope they don't got me on tape. They feeling a certain way. So they not gonna speak on nothing until they've been approached with something. You gotta realize when Homeland Security get their evidence together, they're gonna send agents out. You understand? They might send an agent out to me. Yo, what do you know? What have you heard? What have you seen? What's been going on? You know what I'm saying? You know, did this happen when you was around him? Did this happen back in the day? That's what they're gonna wanna know. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna send investigators out. They're gonna send people out for anybody that they can get some information from to help their case. So those celebrities ain't gonna say nothing. You know, you got your man Stevie J speaking on it right now. He'll be one of the first dudes that they'll probably pull to the side and say, yo, well, you say that your man, I heard you on TMZ say that he never did this and he never did that, but ain't this you? If those pictures or those films or anything like that exists. You know what I'm saying? That's what they pay those agents to do. So, of course, I don't believe that none of the people who are his celebrity friends is going to speak or say nothing until they're either contacted or they know what they
really got. But let me tell you something, real or fake this video is causing real damage. The authenticity of the footage is a whole other kind of worms. Some folks are saying it looks too grainy, too shaky to be real police body cam footage. Others are swearing up and down it's the real deal. But here's the tea, whether it's 100% legit or not, it's out there now and people are believing it. And let's be real for a second, even if this particular video turns out to be fake, it's stirring up a lot of old rumors and whispers about Diddy. You know how they say there's no smoke without fire? Well, honey, right now is looking like a whole forest fire around Diddy's reputation. So what's next? Well, that's the million-dollar question. Isn't it? The streets are buzzing, the lawyers are circling, and Diddy, he's keeping real quiet. But one thing's for sure, this story ain't going away anytime soon. The tea is hot, it's spilling everywhere, and everybody's waiting to see who's going to get burned.
Okay. There was a song by the Floaters back in the day that we grew up on. Float, float on. Y'all remember that? And my name is Larry, and I'm a Sagittarius. And I like a woman who loves everything and everybody. That's pretty much what he was doing, y'all. And this young lady was used to doing. I know he had his other kids doing it and saying all of that. But y'all see what he said? Did y'all really catch what he said? He picked me up off the streets. 1 minute, then he goes and say, because I was on the streets, living on the streets. Then the next minute he's telling her, oh no, say your parents' name, you know, your other parents' name. That's the confusion right there, just in those statements. But a billionaire picking up a little white girl off the streets and adopting her and calling her his own to come home and play with my kids? Oh, man. Y'all can't see this is trafficking? Okay, all right. Okay, he just helping out a nice little white girl that needed some, a family, okay? Okay. Come on, y'all. Y'all smarter than this. Y'all smarter than this. The way that young girl was talking and looking in the camera and all of that, she had did it before. They were doing that. That's how you shop people to pedophiles. and people. We know she used the name of a person. Y'all know what they say about people that are Sagittarius. They freaky as a motherfucker, right? So why she said that was her sign. Or Scorpios, Sagittarius and Scorpios, okay, y'all don't know, all right. Oh, man, that's the most damaging thing I done saw to law enforcement. Let them find out her name is on one of those flights out of the country. Why y'all think they subpoenaing everybody that was on that plane and everybody that was traveling with him on planes, and he took her across a state line? Y'all just don't know, man. This trafficking, this sex trafficking, it's crazy. He needs help. He needs help. And like I said, I'm not gonna shit on him just yet, because if there's 1 or 2% chance that he's innocent of all of the accusations that we all making on him on YouTube, all the companies that's making him sell his stocks and disassociating themselves with him. I've been seeing lately a lot of people like Ed Lover and was it my boy Luke and all of them. Benzino, I told y'all about. Y'all heard me say that on Vlad. Has been coming to his defense lately. Floyd Mayweather. Did y'all hear what 50 Cent said about Floyd Mayweather for coming to his defense? I'll tell you that 50. I love that nigga. It's something about 50.
All right, yo, let's talk about the girl at the center of all this drama, Diddy's adopted daughter. Who is she? How did she end up in Diddy's world, girl? It's a story that's got more twists and turns than a roller coaster. So the streets are saying Diddy adopted this young woman a few years back. But here's the tea, it wasn't some big splashy adoption announcement. And it was all hush-hush on the down low. Makes you wonder, right, why keep it so quiet? Now let's rewind a bit. This girl, she came from a rough background. We're talking hard times, struggles, the whole nine. Diddy being the big shot he is, swoops. And like some kind of hip-hop superhero, he's all, I'm going to give this girl a better life. Sounds nice, right? But child, sometimes things ain't what they seem at first. Everything looked picture perfect. Diddy showing her off at events, posting her on the gram, acting like daddy of the year. The two of them all smiles for the cameras. But you know what they say, the camera doesn't always tell the whole story. People started noticing things like, why was this girl always at Diddy's wild parties? Why was she hanging around all these older men in the industry? It didn't sit right with some folks, but nobody wanted to say anything.
I want to get into this real quick, man, before we really even get started into this. And it's because something I seen today. This girl, Tiffany Red, she said that she was filing a claim against Diddy. But it touched me crazy, man, because the hurt that I seen in her voice, in her she crying, man, and she worrying about what this dude could do to her and what he has done to her. Man, listen here, I want to let this young lady know, and I know this is not the place for it, brother, but please allow me to say this to her, man. You know what I'm saying? I started this battle long time ago, and the situation is that, bruh, we already won. This was some spiritual that Pac, the spirit of Pac, the spirit of Big, the spirit of Miss Jones, the spirit of Wolf, all the people that he has done wrong, you know, so Black, all the people that he has done wrong, bruh, is coming to light. We already won this spiritual. What we going through right now with these trials and everybody, you know, with this financial situation and everything like that, all that is superficial. That's the physical part of it. The spiritual part of it was won because Big, Pac, Wolf Mother, all the people that he did wrong, bruh, you understand? They already won the battle where we were supposed to win it at. So now we just going through the physical part of it, man. And I want that girl to know, man, that she ain't gotta fear no man. She ain't gotta fear him, nobody else, man. Whenever she needs, you understand? Whenever she needs somebody to travel, to go with her, to make sure she all right, you know, I'm a phone call away, man. I'm a phone call away. And you know, go ahead with your questioning, man. I just had to get that out, man, because that girl touched a lot of people, man, because all she wanted to do was write music, make music, and show her talent and her love to the people, man. And then she got to feel this way, be fearful and scared of her life and stuff like that. Ma, I ain't scared of no man. You understand? I ain't scared of no man. Nobody that got to put their pants on the same way I do.
I mean, it's Diddy we're talking about who's going to call him out. But now with this body cam footage, girl, it's like somebody ripped the lid off Pandora's box. All these questions people were too scared to ask before, they're all coming out now. And let's talk about how this is hitting Diddy's family. You know he's got other kids, right? They got to be feeling some type of way about all this. It's like 1 minute you're part of this big happy family, and the next it's like a bomb went off. The thing is, nobody really knows what's going on behind closed doors. Maybe this girl saw Diddy as her savior, her ticket out of a hard life. Or maybe she felt trapped, like she had no choice but to go alone on with whatever he wanted. It's messy, it's complicated, and it's got everybody talking. What's really wild is how this whole situation is making people look at Diddy's past differently. All those times he talked about family first and being a good father, people are side-eyeing those statements now. It's like, was it all just for show?
I actually thought that he put Big in a situation and thought that the individuals who was gonna come to do something to Big would have did something or try to do something to Big. I don't believe, I'm trying not to believe that he had anything to do with Big's death. I think that the people who was trying to kill Puff killed Big.
After that, some time passes, Puff still lives. Are you shocked that, like, he still was able to continue to thrive and grow after so much animosity was being presented towards him?
Well, Puff was built for that. You understand? Puff's mother trained him to be a superstar or in the industry, whether it been a model or dancer or singer or whatever like that, whatever his talent would have been. So for him to come back from there, I think that he had no other reason. He had to. He had the blueprint. Big had gave him the plan.
Gene, let me ask you, are you surprised that, you know, we're about to have a trial with Tupac's murder, but Biggie's murder is still unsolved, may go unsolved? Are you surprised with that?
No, I'm not surprised, because the LAPD has suppressed all the evidence, and they know who killed Big already, brother. I have not told a lie. When I tell the people that they had the picture of the Muslim, me and Puff in the same picture, you understand? Walking up to Puff van, but they had his face distorted. They know they got those pictures. The FBI agent, Phil Carson, said he saw the same picture. Then when he went back to review it, the picture was gone.
And you got to wonder about the other people in Daddy's circle. Did they see something? Did they know something wasn't right? The streets are buzzing with rumors about who might have known what and when. At the end of the day, this whole mess is shining a light on some real dark corners of the entertainment industry. It's got people asking hard questions about power, about who we trust, and about what really goes on when the cameras aren't rolling. So what's next for Diddy's adopted daughter? That's what everybody's wondering. Will she speak out? Will she stand by Diddy? Or will she disappear from the public eye altogether? Girl, your guess is as good as mine, but one thing's for sure, this story is far from over.
I wrote that in my second book. Exactly what went down during that interview. You got people around here telling lies. This is the guy he picked. No, I don't. Run the tape. The tape will tell you, they asked me, do any of these guys on this photo look like him? And I said, nah. He said, anybody look close like the guy, something like that on this photo? I said, he looks something like him, but it's not him. That's what I said. Anytime you do a lineup and you point somebody out, what do the cops make you do? They make you initial it or sign under the picture that you said that. They seen a circle and say, this is the one he picked. No, I didn't. Not one of the detectives who was on that thing said I picked anybody in the lineup. I just said he looks something like him, but it's not him.
Damn. You know, it's crazy because, you know, documentaries come out. I know police has spoken, and it's one of those things to where we might get some, you know, I don't want to say closure, but with KVD coming up, you know, that might open up light to Tupac. I'm just curious. We're about to fast forward to what Diddy got going on. Gene, you started talking about, let's say, a few years ago, about just your life in the industry. Are you concerned about the feds wanting to come sit down and talk to you about, hey, we need you as a character witness about some situation that may have happened back, you know, during your heyday?
Some situation back during my heyday.
They want to talk to you about things you may have seen.
You have to be more specific than you are, sir.
Let's get to it. The feds want to ask you certain questions about what you may have seen, and they want you as a character witness to speak on and testify against Diddy.
To testify against Diddy?
Correct. About
what?
About anything you may have seen. I mean, well, no, not even testify yet. They want to bring you in for questioning about what you may have seen. Is that a thing?
What I can say to you, sir, is that being an officer myself, they don't bring you in to question you about what you may have seen. They question you about what they already know you have seen.
That's the feds.
And what you say. You know what I'm saying? So it's no way I would know that. You understand? But what I can tell you is that, you know, can Puff be erratic? Yes, he can. You've seen that. Can he be, does he have a monstrous behavior sometime? Yes, he have. You've seen that. You understand? Can he be threatening and abusive? Yes, he can. You've seen that. So, bro, I went on MTV in '99, VH1 in 2001, 2011. Everything that y'all just now hearing, I've been told it to them. I've been said it. They got tapes and they could go back and say, well, he didn't say that, he didn't. They got 5 hours. Y'all getting an hour. They got 5 hours, brother. Do you understand what I'm saying? Both of those places, VH1 and MTV. I was in the Silhouette because I was working still as an officer and I didn't want to lose my job. When Miss Wallace brought me over, Puff told her, I don't know Gene Deal. I told Miss Wallace everything till she was crying and told me to be quiet. She didn't want to hear no more. About the night her son died and what was going down and what I told Puff and what I said to Big, the whole 9 yards. How I pulled him out the car, all that. So bruh, this is nothing new to me. This is just post-traumatic stress that I constantly live through. And I talk about it to get over it and get me through the night. I'm not a drug abuser. I'm not a drug addict. You understand? I'm not an alcoholic. It's a good thing that I found YouTube and I found certain things other than sitting on a couch.
When I said this could change everything, I wasn't the legal and social storm brewing around Diddy is like nothing we've ever seen before. You thought cancel culture was rough. This is a whole new level of mess. Let's talk about the law for a hot minute. If what's on that body cam footage is true, Diddy could be in some serious hot water. We're not just talking about a slap on the wrist or a fine he can pay off with pocket change. Nah, We're talking potential jail time, honey. The streets are saying prosecutors are already sniffing around looking to make an example out of him. But you know what the court of public opinion might be even harsher than any judge. Social media is blowing up over this scandal. Twitter fingers are working overtime, and the memes chilly, they are brutal. It's like everyone who ever had a bone to pick with Diddy is coming out of the woodwork. And let's not forget about Diddy's empire, all those business ventures. He's got his music label, his vodka brand, his TV network. They're all shaking in their boots. Right now, sponsors are getting itchy, ready to pull out faster than you can say bad boy for life.
In the bed with Diddy, and nothing happened. I think he was just trying to save face, man.
But do you think it's a possibility that he meant that, Diddy will grope his, butt, instead of anus? I mean, because I'm trying to figure out how does that work, somebody groping your anus.
You're going to say your butt. The lawyer would say, what do you mean? He would say, my butt cheeks. There's a such thing called butt cheeks. Your two cheeks. He said anus. The anus is the asshole. How did he get that far? Lil Rod, you gotta say no to Diddy sometime. No, that shit ain't funny, man. But you gotta say no.
So from you reading the lawsuit, right, you feel like he had relations with Diddy?
When me being a former investigator, I think Lil Rod was trying to save face on certain things, that he had somewhat of a relationship, or he was doing some things with Diddy that he didn't want to really come out in that fashion. Because there's no way that he gonna wake up and his anus is hurting and his genitals is all over the place, and he's in the bed after being drunk or drugged and saying nothing happened. And you think that Diddy gonna be in the bed with 3 other men and nothing happened? It doesn't sound logical.
It's like watching the house of cards tumble down in slow motion. But here's the really, this ain't just about Diddy. This whole mess is making people look at the entire entertainment industry sideways. Folks are asking some real comfortable questions, like how many other big shots out there are doing shady stuff behind closed doors, who knew what was going on and kept quiet. It's got people side-eyeing every celebrity who ever hung out with Diddy. You can bet your bottom dollar that PR teams all over Hollywood are working overtime trying to distance their clients from this mess. It's like a game of musical chairs, and nobody wants to be left standing when the music stops. And don't even get me started on how this is affecting the people who work for Diddy. All those employees at his companies, they're probably updating their resumes as we speak, because let's be real, when a ship this big starts sinking, a lot of innocent people go down.
If we're reading and believing what he said in those papers, if you woke up in bed and you was drunk or intoxicated on ecstasy, on whatever drugs that they put in there, roofied you or whatever, and you not feeling right, something is wrong. Wouldn't you say? Something is wrong. He didn't say we woke up with all my clothes. He said we woke up buck the F naked in those papers. So if he butt naked in those papers, it is what it is.
Right, I got you. But looking at this lawsuit, right, Lil Rod, he alleges that, Diddy, he'll put his hands on him. But, when he'll put his hands on him, he'll disguise it as horseplay. But he felt like Diddy was trying to groom him, in a sense.
Well, with the horseplay situation, I used to see him do that with certain women. You understand? When he was mad, upset, or he was too old for this, but he would do that play fighting shit. You understand? So I can imagine him play fighting with Lil Rod, because a lot of people could say what they want to say about Diddy. He got a knuckle game. He will fight you. You know what I'm saying? You his size, you understand something like that? Around your size, something like that, he would fight you. He had a knuckle game. He wasn't that dude that like people try to say he was some old scared ass nigga. Nah, he would fight you. You understand? So I could see with a person like Lil Rod, he probably was roughing him up, grabbing him, groping him, you know what I'm saying? Acting like he playing with him, but he actually want him to do what he want him to do. So, like I said before, that shit he did in the past. So when I read it from Lil Rod, I see he's doing the same shit he's doing in the future.
So he was doing this with females too back then when you was around.
Right. That's how him and Kim got into the fight. And he, you know, play fight. He used to play fight with the pillows, like the pillow fight, that dumb shit like that. You know, that's kid shit to me. But if that's the way they do, that's the way they do. You understand? He used to do it with Kim all the time.
So the horseplay was his way of grooming you in a sense.
Well, that grooming, that's some new shit. You know what I'm saying? We didn't call it grooming back then. That his horseplay was a way of letting you know I could really hurt you if I wanted to. You get it? I could really hurt you. And that's what that kid probably felt. Yo, why he doing me like that? Oh, he just playing with you. No, he's letting you know if I turn this up, I could really hurt you.
Crazy thing is we're just at the beginning of this whole saga. You know there's going to be more tea. Spilled more secrets coming out. It's like peeling an onion. Every layer reveals something new, and it just keeps making you cry. So what's next for all your guests is as good as mine. But one thing's for sure, the entertainment industry is never going to be the same after this. It's like somebody turned on the lights at a real sketchy party, and now everybody's scrambling to explain what they were doing in the dark.
And that was his way of trying to get you to be submissive to him.
Right. He's letting you know, he's putting in your mind, listen here, bro. He's trying to put in his mind, we're playing now. But if I really want to turn this shit up on you, it's on. You ain't got no wins. So that kid is feeling, yo, listen here. In his mind, if you read the documents, in his mind, he was so scared that when he went to other people in the camp and said, why did he treat me? Why did he doing this and doing that? They said, oh, he just playing with you because he love you. He like you. He was trying to instill that fear in you that he had in you. And he won. Who's obsessed with who?
So you believe Diddy, he only got with Sarah Chapman because Pac, he had her at one point.
And it was a bet in the office. Sarah was messing with an NBA basketball player. Puff bet all the niggas didn't believe that he could get it within 2 weeks. $100. So she actually was a $100 bet that he got.
And who was the NBA player?
I think it was Gary Payton, allegedly. That's what he said. Somebody said, she messed with Gary Payton? I bet you I get it. I bet you I have it within 2 weeks. Me and him and Sarah went to this party in Chicago that he was hosting with the Streets Entertainment. And we went to the store called Cranberry and it's one of those stores like you get fragrance and you get candles, colognes and stuff like that. It's called Cranberry and something. And from that point on, you had her. But you gotta realize, Misa and Kim was friends. Misa and Kim was friends. He started dealing with Kim over Misa. Kim and Sarah was friends. I mean, hand to hand, pots and pans. They was close. They all used to, Sarah, Kim, and this other girl. I think she was from Atlanta. What's her name? It missed me right now. But they all used to hang together. So then he went from Kim to Sarah.
Let me tell you, the aftermath of this mess is going to be messier than a toddler eating spaghetti. What happens next, child? That's the million-dollar question everybody's asking. The streets are saying Diddy's lawyers are working overtime trying to plug all the leaks. But you know how it goes. Once the tea spills, you can't put it back in the cup. Now, about Diddy's adopted daughter, the poor thing's probably in hiding, scared to show her face. And can you blame her? This whole situation's got her caught between a rock and a hard place. As for investigations, you best believe the police are digging deep. They smell blood in the water, and they're circling like sharks.